What's up, Cool Coin? How's it going, man? Long time. Long time. It's been too long. I'm super excited to be back though. This is my favorite thing. I love I love doing this. How's it going, man? Just hodling. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I wanted to wait just a sec, but I think we should just get started and then people will probably roll in as the stream goes on. That's what happened last week, at least. We'll see. Hopefully, that's what happens. Um, I know that crypto just hodling after breaking all the rules you taught me about. Oh, no. Don't break the rules. Uh, so, today we're going to get started by just looking at the top 100 cryptocurrencies. And we're going to go over their we're going to go over their volume and their change. All right. So, obviously, first things first, Bitcoin is currently sitting at $5,500, which is huge gains in the past 24 hours, 2.4%. And while that might not sound like a lot, 2.4% on something that is worth over $5,000 is quite a drastic change in just 24 hours. Ethereum is also up 1.5%. I would have thought that with the news that we're going to talk about today, that Ethereum would be jumping in price. But maybe people are holding off until it actually happens, or maybe the price bump has already occurred. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that. And I'll probably be releasing a video or two about that in the near future. Ripple, not really doing much here. Bitcoin Cash, I don't really care to talk about. Litecoin is up 1%. Currently sitting at $73. I could definitely see Litecoin reaching over $100 again in maybe the next year, I think. EOS is something that is very near and dear to my heart. We're going to be talking about that today a little bit. And it is currently sitting at $4.80. I think that this crypto right here is very, very undervalued. It's currently sitting at $4 billion market cap. I think when the next bull run occurs, though, and people realize all of the capabilities of EOS, this could easily be at the current market cap of Bitcoin, right around $100 billion. I think that could easily happen with EOS here. Binance Coin is currently up 8.5% today. I'm not really sure why. I tried doing a little bit of research earlier as to why this is up so much today, and I couldn't find anything unless it's just a whale that decided to buy in preparation for the decentralized exchange that they are building. Not really sure what's going on there, though. Tether, the scam coin Tether, is down 0.07% today. It's sitting right at $1. I'm still kind of baffled as to why people are still using this, considering the facts. But, you know, not everybody in this space is educated on what's going on. Not everybody keeps up with the news, so that's probably easily what's going on there. Stellar down 0.33%. Cardano up 0.18%. Tron up 0.78%. Let's take a look at Tezos. So Tezos has just announced some big things as far as their treasury goes. They gave some funding to the Tezos Foundation, gave some funding to do a lot of development on their blockchain. And I think a lot of investors, Tim Draper is a huge investor in Tezos, and I think that a lot of other big investors like him are starting to see some of the progress that they're making on that blockchain, and I think that's why the price is up right now. I saw in the news just a couple of days ago some pretty interesting stuff about that, and we're not going to be talking about that today, but there's some pretty cool stuff going on with that blockchain. Neo up 2%, basically. This was one of my favorite picks last year until we all realized just how centralized this cryptocurrency was, and I was invested pretty heavily in Neo. I dumped it all after the setbacks that they had, but I'm probably going to start doing a little bit more research on them again because they've been making strides at improving their network. So we'll see what happens with that. This could be a very, very undervalued crypto right here, considering the fact that there's only 65 million Neo in circulation. This could be a very, very undervalued crypto, but we'll have to wait and see. Basic Attention token is down nearly 1% today. I think that this is also a very undervalued crypto. Basic Attention token could easily be one of the next biggest crypto projects in the blockchain space just because of its utilization. Every day I see more and more people joining the Brave browser, and a lot of big name YouTubers and bloggers and things like that are starting to join the Brave browser network as well. So that's really, really cool stuff. We're starting to see real world implementations of cryptocurrencies. Let's keep going. OMG is up 6.5% today. Bitcoin, BitTorrent. All right. So, yeah, that's the majority of things that I wanted to talk about on CoinMarketCap. The next thing that I wanted to discuss today is something that truly, truly amazes me, and I can't wait to see where this leads. So right here we have a graph of confirmed transactions per day on the Bitcoin network. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because if you look over here at the end of 2017, so this was 12/13/2017, this was the height of the bull market. 490,000 transactions in a single day. Now, if you come over here, this is just this month. And we're starting to see over 400,000 transactions per day again. So at the bottom of the bear market, we were only doing about 150 to 200,000 transactions per day. So you can see how this graph kind of correlates with the price of Bitcoin. Back whenever we were in our first real bear market, transactions kind of stayed stagnant for a while. And then in 2015, 2016, 2017, whenever the price started picking up, we started seeing more and more transactions per second. Now, you can make the argument that there was definitely people trying to clog the Bitcoin network to try and sell Bitcoin Cash as a better alternative. And yes, that would be true. However, if you take a look at, again, the date of the highest transactions per second, it definitely correlates with the price at its highest. So you can see as the prices started going up again, transactions per day, I think I said transactions per second a little while ago. I apologize about that. Transactions per day have gone up again, which is a very, very great indicator as far as I'm concerned. This clearly isn't a true indicator for price variance, but it could definitely be used, just like the Google Trends item that I showed you guys last week could be used as a indicator. This also could be used. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was a survey that Fidelity did showing that 22% of investors have digital assets. And the reason that this is important is because Fidelity is one of the largest financial institutions for investments in the world. And the fact that they're doing research on this market is a big deal. It means that they're very, very concerned about this emerging market and they want to get a piece of it. At least that's what I take away from this. So this could be very, very good news for the crypto space. I think that they might want to get a larger foot in the door. Fidelity, which began a custody service to hold Bitcoin for its customers earlier this year, is trying to gauge how pensions, family offices, hedge funds, endowments, and foundations feel about owning cryptocurrencies as it builds out its Fidelity digital assets business. So this could be, like I said, a very big deal. Nearly 2 billion people worldwide have no access to banking. When, not if, those people get plugged into cryptocurrency in general, the daily transactions are going to go through the roof. We're already starting to see that with a lot of, second and third world countries. A lot of people around the globe are donating old cell phones, old smartphones to third world and second world countries so that people can utilize them for just that purpose, being able to access cryptocurrencies on the smartphone using a cell wallet, basically, to be able to transact anywhere around the globe. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing that we're starting to see there, and I'm excited to watch that grow, essentially, as time goes on. And I think that will add a brand new economy to the world, one that we haven't ever seen before. Because currently we have worldwide economies that have their own, space, like oil, gold, silver, precious metals, things like that are worldwide global economies, but we haven't really seen anything as far as currencies go. Most people around the globe use the US dollar, but we're starting to see people switch over to yen, or is it yuan? Chinese yuan. So this could be really interesting to see this economy grow. And I really, really look forward to it. The next item that I wanted to talk about today was the cryptocurrency subreddit. So I don't know how many viewers actually go on Reddit, but I'm a huge Redditor. I've been using it for years, and it's a great place. It's a great source of information. You can actually get quite a bit of knowledge from the subreddit users, just because some people hear things first and add it on Reddit before anybody else sees it in the news. You know, I've actually witnessed several things that were posted on Reddit before they actually hit the news, and it made me a little bit of money. So having this as a resource is a big deal. But something that the cryptocurrency subreddit has decided to do is only allow contents from whitelisted sources. So basically what they're doing, in a way, is censoring people that they don't want to hear from, which is a really big deal, because if you're censoring a decentralized platform like the cryptocurrency space, you're really doing it a disservice. You're going against the grain. The whole purpose of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology is to decentralize the way we do things. So by censoring those that are in this space that are trying to give information just because you don't like them or because you don't like the information that they give, it's completely contrary to what we're trying to accomplish here. A ton of big corporations, financial or otherwise, are investing megabucks into crypto, all while staying quiet or even trash talk. Yeah, I've seen that, definitely. It's all about them not wanting to show their true poker hands, for sure. Long time no see. Good to see you back. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate that, High Vision Productions. They all know what's starting to take place. They see the writing on the wall and are seeding hundreds of millions in resources into place to be ready for it. Absolutely. I think a lot of capital investors are basically biding their time. They're soaking up as much as they can while the market is still bearish, and they're just plotting for the next bull run. I think a lot of capital investors are doing that right now, just so they can make the maximum return on the next bull run. Whitelisting is essentially yellow journalism? Absolutely. As a former journalist, one of the first things we learned is not to censor any sources. And what's crazy about it is that Reddit is a place for people to post whatever they want. Reddit used to be censorship free for the most part. I mean, obviously you could have mods on subreddits that have certain rules, but you know, for the most part, it was post whatever you want as long as it doesn't break any of the rules, right? But here, what they're doing now is creating a whitelist for only certain people to be able to post on their subreddit, which I think is a terrible, terrible move. But we'll see what happens. There's been a huge outcry as far as this goes, and I think they might change their mind. So right here, it says the cryptocurrency subreddit may use a whitelist from time to time on a permanent or test basis. The full whitelist is used in AutoMod, but this list should be mostly up to date. If you notice a disparity, please message the moderators. So here is the whitelist. If you are not on this list, you cannot post on the cryptocurrency subreddit. And I think it's total bullshit. Like I said, there's been a huge outcry. I think a lot of people have moved away from this subreddit In fact, I believe there was over 1 million members, and there were a lot more people online before this was announced, and now there's only 869K members, and I believe there was normally around like 10K users online, so they are definitely seeing a decrease in users on their specific subreddit. In reference to big corporations all secretly getting into crypto, several years ago I started a list of companies getting into crypto. Late last year I stopped and switched to making a list of companies not getting into crypto. Yeah, that's for sure. Even Disney now. I made a video last week of Disney getting into the crypto space. It's crazy how many people want to dig into this space, but it's a great thing. All right, moving on. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was Ethereum. Ethereum has been like, I don't know. Ethereum is my muse. It has been since its ICO. Ethereum was the first cryptocurrency outside of Bitcoin that really drew me into this space and made me realize just how much potential blockchain technology has. And over the years, they've been improving and building upon the code base of Ethereum. In fact, they're starting to move away from Solidity, which is a very big deal. By moving away from that, they can bring more programmers into their program and build something greater, in my opinion. But really big news for Ethereum is that they plan to have the proof of stake finalized by next month. So the Casper protocol that they've been working on for the past couple of years to create that proof of stake network is going to be finished next month. Now, I really thought that this would bump up the price a lot more than it has, but maybe people are still waiting to test it and make sure that it operates as intended. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the different algorithms for blockchains, you have two very vital differences. You have proof of work and proof of stake. Proof of work requires a mining process that is very, very CPU intensive. It requires a lot of work to be able to hash out the algorithm and solve the next block. Proof of stake, however, is very it's not as intensive, and it doesn't require as much muscle, essentially, not as much computing power. And for those that have tokens in their wallet or coins in their wallet that are staking, you receive basically dividends for staking on that wallet. You're running a wallet node with coins in it, staking, and receive dividends for staking those coins. The amount of dividends that you receive are based on the amount of coins that you currently have in your full node wallet. So it's a very different thing from mining, which is currently in place for Ethereum. They're going to be moving to this proof of stake protocol. So very, very big announcement here. And like I said, I think that this will have huge implications on the price of Ethereum, because people are going to want to snatch up as much Ethereum before this happens so that they can start staking their coins and receive more payouts. It's basically like having a savings account that just accrues interest over time. Very, very big news here. They're calling this Ethereum 2.0 whenever this rolls out, and Casper's going to be coming out initially. However, they're going to be bringing sharding on later on down the road, and what that is going to accomplish is allowing, just specific nodes to verify transactions, not having to have every single node on the network verify each and every transaction, which will free up a lot of space on the network. If you don't have every single node verifying the same exact transactions, it allows more nodes to verify different transactions at the same time, building upon the amount of transactions per second that can occur. Very big deal there as well. And we might see an even bigger boost in the price when that actually occurs, because if they can build that out and perfect it and create, hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, maybe not hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, but thousands of transactions per second, that will be a very big deal. So big things to come here with Ethereum. I think that the price is very undervalued right now, and I think that we're going to see a big push in the market for that. Proof of work is like getting a 9-to-5 job. Takes a lot of energy to get done. Proof of stake is like going and getting a certificate of deposit at the bank. Yeah, definitely. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of cool. Crypto-friendly Quebec discounts electricity, luring Bitcoin miners into Canada. Essentially, what they're doing here is they're taking their renewable energy, making it cheaper for miners to come in and purchase that energy to mine. What they want to do is they want to bring in more competition. Right now, China has 70% of all of the mining power, all of the hash power on the Bitcoin network. What this is aiming to do is lure in some of those miners and offer a very cheap alternative to going to China, because not just anybody can go and live in China and create a business there mining cryptocurrencies using the cheap energy over there. Quebec now is offering the cheapest price in energy in North America so that miners can come in and use their cheap renewable energy to build their businesses. It's a very big deal. And I think a lot of people might start moving that way that have mining businesses here in North America. Really cool stuff there. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about today is a very big deal, because EOS is one of my favorite projects in the cryptocurrency space at the moment. I've said it before. I'll say it probably plenty of other times, but one of the platforms that was just built on EOS is called Rex. Essentially, what this platform does is it allows you to rent out your EOS. It's basically like lending, but it's not at the same time. You don't ever lose your coins. They're never taken away from you, but you basically lend out the bandwidth on the network that those coins provide. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the EOS network, to be able to create transactions on the network, you have to use CPU power, which CPU power and net power are the two ways that the EOS network manages the fact that it basically allows it so the network doesn't get spammed by any one entity. You have a cap per the amount of EOS that you own, that you can create in transactions. So let's say I had 10 EOS and I went on one of the decentralized gambling EOS websites and I just spammed bets that have a very low percentage or a very high percentage of win rates. So let's say I gambled at a 95% win rate and I just spammed that over and over again. Eventually, I would run out of bandwidth on the network because I only have 10 EOS. So in order for me to get more bandwidth on the network and keep spamming those bets on the blockchain, I would have to buy more EOS. What this platform does is it allows you to rent out the bandwidth that is associated with your coins while they're sitting there doing nothing. So people that are building decentralized applications can come in and rent that from you, and you receive an interest rate on your coins that are sitting there. It basically builds a smart contract so that you don't lose your coins that are sitting in your wallet. All it does is it gives that bandwidth away to the people that are lending from you that bandwidth. Now, you can decide to pull out from the smart contract and get your bandwidth back, because as it stands right now on the EOS network, your bandwidth regenerates every single day. So you can do so many transactions per day on the network based on the amount of EOS that you have in your wallet. And when you lend that out, the people that are lending from you get your bandwidth. So you're not allowed to use the network while you're lending it out unless, of course, you keep spare bandwidth to yourself. But if you're just hodling anyways and you're not doing anything with your EOS, this could be a great way to earn extra EOS on top of what you already have, since you're not doing anything with it anyways. You're just waiting for the price to go up. So this is a very cool platform. There are a lot of Medium posts about this and videos that you can go and watch to better explain it to you. I'm sure I didn't do a very good job of explaining exactly what this platform does. I just gave you a general idea of what it does, but you could use this as a way to earn interest, like a savings account, just like you could from using a proof of stake network. However, I think eventually we might see here that the dividends from this are higher than using a proof of stake network. We'll see. It's still brand new. It just launched. So there's still a lot of time for this to grow. One of the cool features that this has is actually being able to log in with a Scatter wallet. And Scatter is a wallet that attaches to your browser through an application on your desktop. And the applications on your browser don't actually have access to your funds. They can't actually pull unless you authorize it. And the funds never leave your wallet when doing this on any of the decentralized applications. They stay in your wallet. So if you go to, I'm going to use a gambling website as a example again. If you go to a gambling website, log in with Scatter, and you bet, the funds are pulled directly from your wallet instead of having to upload the EOS to the website itself. They're just pulled directly from your wallet, and they can only take what you authorize. They can't take anything else. It's all done over a smart contract. It's very, very interesting to see this, but that's what I wanted to talk about with Rex, and that was actually my last topic of the day. This is very, very cool stuff here. I know that it might not be entertaining, but things like this are the future. Things like this that are being built on these networks, this is what is going to increase the price of cryptocurrencies. Being able to build these applications that have real world use, this is the future. Very interesting. Good reason to pull my EOS out of cold storage. Absolutely. If you do that, definitely get this scatter wallet, because you'll need it to use this specific application. When you started talking about Rex, I thought maybe EOS had partnered with Embrex or something. No, this actually is not affiliated with the Block 1 developers at all. This is a completely separate entity that was created on EOS to help garner in more developers coming into the EOS network. Because a lot of developers are going to need bandwidth on the EOS network in order to improve and develop their decentralized applications. So that's what this is going to be used for, I think. I don't think that personal users are going to be using this unless there are some decentralized applications that require a lot of bandwidth on the user's behalf. But that is the crypto news for the 2nd of May. I really enjoyed having some of you guys back in here that I haven't talked to in a long time. Thank you for watching, guys. I will continue to try and put out more information like this. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love researching and showing you guys some of the things that I have learned. And this is something that I'm really passionate about. The cryptocurrency space is a passion of mine. So being able to spread this information is a really great feeling. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Crypto Clay out.